Hello guys and welcome back to the channel and welcome back where we are about to analyze another transfer which is coming right from Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea have signed Raheem Sterling from Manchester City for around 50 million euros. And to be honest, it's a good deal. It's a good deal for all the three parties, because if you look at the Manchester City, their squad is now overloaded with strikers and attackers, and also after including Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland in that squad, a role for player like Raheem Sterling which was already reducing from past few seasons, and that's why a move for him to Chelsea will guarantee him that play time before World Cup. And now talking about Chelsea, whose attacking side was quite inconsistent last season, and that's why they need a profile like Raheem Sterling in their squad. And also if you look at the situation with Lukaku, who is now been loaned out to Inter Milan, and that's why with his departure adding another attacker was their necessity. Even though if we talk about Lukaku and Raheem Sterling, both are different kind of players, but if asked, Raheem Sterling can play centrally, he can do it. He is capable of playing as a false nine. And also talking about taking over Lukaku's role, well, to be honest, Lukaku never seemed to be that kind of striker who could fit in Tuchel's system, because Tuchel prefers a slower possession based game where he starts to build through center and then slowly he moves ball towards the wings, and from there they create a danger. But if we see Lukaku is that kind of striker who thrives on direct gameplay, who thrives on those back to front passes where he could make his forward runs. And that's why he struggled under Tuchel to score goals, even though he was highest goal scorer for Chelsea, but still we can all agree that he struggled a lot. He didn't quite fit well in the Tuchel system, and that's why now Chelsea needed a different striker who is quite flexible, who is quite versatile, who is quite quick, and also who is familiar with possession based game. Anyway, we will come on to that later on. But now talking about Raheem Sterling, who seems to fit a better profile as a forward for Tuchel's system, because at Manchester City under Guardiola he has played in all different positions, whether it was right wing, left wing, false nine, or also number 10. Raheem Sterling has played it in all, and that's why after coming to Chelsea, he will add that sense of versatility in Chelsea's attack. One of the biggest strengths of Sterling's gameplay is his pace and his ability to take on the defenders. Because in 1v1 situation, it's those situations that he kind of thrives on, because he likes to be on the ball, and also his dribbling qualities are far more superior than that of other Chelsea strikers. To prove that, if we compare his success rate while dribbling, or in simple words, number of successful dribbles per 90 minutes, Sterling makes 2.2 successful dribbles per 90 minutes, or has 46.7% success rate while dribbling, which is quite high when you look at the other data from the Chelsea's attackers. Also, Sterling is quite good when it comes to scanning and awareness of space around him, because between those little pockets of spaces between defenders is where he thrives on. He works in between them, he asks for the ball, and then he carries the ball, given that his dribbling qualities are excellent. And if you see Chelsea, they have often struggled to score against this team who have defended with a low block. And a player like Sterling can play centrally to disrupt that defense line, where he can attract many defenders towards him to create spaces from where he can create chances to score. So yeah, not only from the wings, but Sterling can also create chances through centrally. And the numbers don't lie. As compared to his other Chelsea teammates, he has the second highest chances created per 90 minutes, just behind Hakim Ziyech. But one of the biggest drawback of Raheem Sterling maybe lies in his strength, which is while dribbling, he loses a lot of possession, and also he gets quite predictable. And maybe that's quite an important reason why Pep Guardiola certainly used to bench him a lot from this past few seasons. But also his decision making is also very questionable sometimes. His finishing is sometimes very poor, and maybe it's better frustrating to watch. But interestingly, Sterling has highest conversion rate when it comes to those big chances, because in fact Sterling's conversion rate of big chances is 47% since 2015 and 16, which is actually slightly above Mo Salah, who has 45%. Also on top of that, we just cannot ignore the fact that he has scored over more than 100 Premier League goals with an XG of 0.44, which is quite a decent one. And also if you take a look at his shot location, guys, which is considerably of a high quality, and this shows that in the box he do have that ability to shoot from anywhere from the close range. And certainly this kind of ability is where he drifts into such positions where Chelsea's important creators such as their wing backs channels the balls in those sort of areas, and where Sterling could usually be present over there to score and shoot the chances. That's why I'm just saying that Sterling can be a bigger goal threat than Lukaku for Chelsea. And it could also mean that Chelsea can stop looking for their number 9 and could focus on more other different positions such as defense. Because if you look at Raheem Sterling, he poses that kind of abilities to play as a striker in Tuchel's systems. To know more about it, let's take a look at Tuchel's system. In his system, the role of number 9 is just slightly much more than just of creating and scoring goals. In 3-4-3 system of Tuchel, a false 9 is required, who can drop deep, involve as much as possible in the game. But most importantly, what's required from him as a striker is that his horizontal rotation, moving from side to side, given that Tuchel's number 10 acquires that free man space just behind those number 9. And that's why in this case, the wide movement certainly becomes really important when Tuchel's system attacks from the wide areas, which is basically when the diamond is created in the midfield, which slightly shifts into those wide areas, which creates overload. And in this case, the striker or a number 9 is required to act as a wide winger, and Sterling preferred position, as we all know, is indeed on the both of the wings. And on top of that, the striker in this situation is also required to have great 1v1 abilities, which we already discussed that Sterling do have those kind of abilities, and thus from here he can create chances. Sterling can create chances, and that's why Sterling kind of fits a profile for number 9. It's just that Chelsea needs goals, and Chelsea needs a goal scorer who can perform with that consistency, and that's the kind of area I think I have doubts over Raheem Sterling. And that's why Chelsea have this dilemma on whether to sign Ronaldo or not. But still, as I explained in last video that he won't be a better fit at Chelsea, you can watch the video. I'll put the link in the description box below. But anyway, most importantly, the reason is that why he won't be a great option for Chelsea is just because of his age and also because of his off the ball work. Because if you look at the Chelsea system, as of the ball, Chelsea tends to create overload with a 3-5-2 formation and tends opponents or forces opponents to play as wide as possible. And that is when Chelsea shifts to 3-1-3-3 shape to create overload, or also you can call it as a counter pressing. And with that said, the front two, including striker, must have mobility and work rate to initiate the press. And that's why he will require to cover ground in those wide areas of the ball throughout the game. That's why, again, as said, it's the main reason I don't prefer Ronaldo at Chelsea. Because off the ball, you won't get that intensity out of him. But still, the work doesn't finish here, because after winning the ball in the higher areas, striker must have that quality, must have that pace and directness to spark the counter and take the advantage of the chances. So yeah, these are the attributes that are required from Tuchel's number 9. And on paper, Sterling do possess most of them. But it's just that one thing is that goals that he cannot provide you with that consistency. And that's why Chelsea are also linked with Lewandowski, a great operator inside the box and also who knows how to use the space very well inside the box, and also who can guarantee you goals with that consistency. But it's just that one thing that Barca is on him, and just like Rafinha, as they snatch him from Chelsea, they're also about to snatch Lewandowski from him. So yeah, eventually from my perspective is that I think Sterling is not a bad option. You can try him as a false 9 or as a number 9 also. You can play him on that position, and now you can focus on the different position on this summer, because I think it's really difficult to get a striker in this transfer market, I guess, because Chelsea also needs a top class striker, and there are quite few which are available in their market. And that's why I think Chelsea should now focus on the different positions such as their defense or backline, where a big void has created after the departure of Christensen and Rudiger. And that's why now Chelsea is also now focused on more signing of defenders, because Christensen and Rudiger were really important players, and that's why they have to fill that void. They have to fill that void with good players. Nathan Ake is the first name who is quite linked with Chelsea from Manchester City. He's quite a good physical defender and also quite a versatile defender who can play as a fullback also. But still, Chelsea needs more than that. For a defender, I think in Chelsea they need a player who guarantees you that solidity at the back, who's kind of leader and vocal, just like as Rudiger, who is good on the ball. And I think De Ligt was the name who was linked with Chelsea, but he is now close to sign for Bayern Munich. And now the new name which is right coming in the market is that Koulibaly from Napoli is now in final stages to sign for Chelsea. I think it would be a good addition because Koulibaly is really good on the ball. He's really solid at the back. I think it would be a great addition for the squad and especially for Tuchel's system. The work is still yet to be done. I think Chelsea needs to strengthen their backline and midfield too. And most importantly, they have to increase their squad depth if they want to win Premier League. Because if you look at both Manchester City and Liverpool, both have squad depth, both have immense number of squad depth at each and every position, and it becomes really important when you think about those long seasons. And that's why for Chelsea with their new owners, it's going to be quite an important and crucial summer transfer window where they have to make suitable signings for Tuchel's system. But on the good note, they really have started it very well by signing Raheem Sterling, which is a really great signing and great addition to the squad, who will bring versatility and also some experience too. So that's it for today, guys. Do let me know your thoughts about this signing in the comments down below, and also do make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also like and share this video. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, just enjoy the game.